Say it sent Twitter into meltdown, but, you know, if you did history at school, you knew it was coming.
That was the moment she got queen-zoned.
Not many people can use that phrase.
I read that on Twitter. The Melbourne queen-zoned her. It's true.
So say that in the history.
This means, of course, really, that, you know, there is a... and let me just hold this up. There's the DVD is out now of Series 1. You know, there is a Series 2, which we are really, really hoping there's going to be. I mean, you can't be in it because their relationship didn't continue that
well,
much,
they say facts are stubborn things, you know, and not long after that, he kind of aged really quickly, and he was out of office. I mean, there was a little bit of crossover, you know, when occasionally she kept writing to him and they put a stop to that. So there was something kind of happened, but there's not much you can do beyond that.
So what was it about him then that enticed you into the world of period drama? Because you sort of put it off for quite a long time.
Well, I mean, you know, it was just such a great part. And when I got sent the script, I was playing a Nazi at the time. So, you know, I was there in my SS uniform, which doesn't sound good, I know. But
yes, we'll explain this.
We'll accept there's an explanation coming later. And I read this part, and he was just such a... I just liked him so much. And the relationship between the two of them, it seemed so kind of classic, interesting, very kind of sad, but a generous guy, and I just kind of fell for him.
You say you were surprised by the success of Victoria?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was in America when it happened, so I kind of felt... when I would talk to Jenna and I'd check on Google, whatever, I'd see what was going on, I kind of wished I was... here, because it kind of took me by surprise, you know.
But why would you be surprised? Because when you were shooting it, I mean, it looked so lavish.
Yes, I mean, but the extent to which it kind of, you know, I was pleased. What can I say? At my age, it's quite nice to be objectified, you know. Yeah. Having complained about it for years. Thank you very much. So, no, I was very happy. And I don't know, I suppose... You get used to, if you have such a nice time doing something, you kind of just think it'd be too good to be true if people actually really liked it as well.
Oh,
you know.
we loved it, we really did.
It seems that came across, you know, that how much we kind of just had fun, you know.
And so we ought to move on and explain the Nazi uniform.
Yes, well, I was doing the first season of a series called Man in the High Castle, which is on Amazon, produced by Ridley Scott. And it's based on a Philip K. Dick novel set in 1962, if the Nazis had won the Second World War. So it's about an America that has accepted Nazism. And that first season was very successful, and, you know, we're just on the verge of it being released on the 16th of December, season 2.
But America is split in half, really.
Split in half, yes.
Shared by the Germans, the other half
that's right,
shared by the Japanese.
The Imperial Japanese, and there's a kind of buffer zone in between, so that you know, where a lot of the people who wouldn't really be safe in the Nazi zone can kind of hide out. And there's a kind of fledgling resistance that's still kind of going.
He finds himself in a very, very difficult position because his son is disabled, and obviously in the situation that he finds himself, he has a big decision to make.
Yeah, well, he's not disabled yet. He discovers that he has a congenital disease,
right?
Which means that he will ultimately be disabled. And they have a eugenics policy, which means that if anyone has that kind of infirmity or anything like that, they euthanize them.
Yeah.
So here is someone who this system that he's been supporting, you know, the doctor tells him he's got to kill his own son. But he's the only one who knows that, so he keeps that a secret. So the higher he goes up in you know, the ladder of kind of success in the Nazi world, the more he's kind of questioning it. And that was, I kind of knew this going in, that he was going to have these kind of moral quandaries, that he was kind of a bad guy, but if history had gone a different way, he might not have been a bad guy.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just black and white, and that was the appeal, really.
Part of the, when you say the appeal there, I mean, something very different, but also if the script comes through and it's got Ridley Scott written on it, that's got to be a bit of a pull.
Absolutely, it's got, yes. And Amazon at the time, you know, now everyone knows Amazon, there's Top Gear, there's this and that. It felt like, you know, when I was sent the script and they said Amazon, it was a bit like saying Marks and Spencer's on it or something like that. I just thought, what? Yeah. Amazon? What? But things have changed. Even by the time we'd done the pilot, you'd say, I've done this thing for Amazon, and people would go, oh, Amazon, yeah. The world is changing.
So
very, very much. You know.
If you enjoyed that, there's more of the same right here. And make sure you subscribe so that you never miss the best moments from this morning.